The Jacksonville Jaguars ended Season 3 of this franchise mode by taking home the Lombardi Trophy in emphatic fashion over the Chicago Bears. This upcoming season will be another opportunity to get that done in repeat style before Trevor Lawrence takes his massive money contract extension, making winning a whole lot tougher. This offseason was rather tame as Jaguars brass, aka me, did not want to dole out a ton of cash to any impending free agents or current free agents with that big money quarterback extension looming. This would be an offseason of trying to run it back while replacing our losses with drafted talent. We did get free safety Randy Ali to re-sign at basically a league minimum contract for the rest of his career, should we so choose to keep him that long. And in free agency, not only did we not want to spend a ton, but we were hit with yet another EA glitch that showed that we were already over the allotted negotiations with 7 out of 5 somehow, despite offering to nobody just yet. Good thing we didn't want much, and eventually we just signed wide receiver Tutu Atwell as the Amon-Ra St. Brown replacement, and fullback Quentin McLaughlin, who was a rookie last season. The fifth-year option for former first overall pick Travon Walker was picked up quite quickly. And then, due to the trade that was made with the Giants involving Kayvon Thibodeau, we were able to pick up his fifth-year option as well, and we did so. This year's free agency was tame overall, but Justin Fields became a Lion, Davis Mills a Raider, Zach Wilson an Eagle, and Trey Lance to the Saints. Chris Godwin goes to the Titans, Devontae Smith and Amon-Ra to the Colts, wonderful new opponents in our division. The Jags had a convoy of draft picks that included the final pick in the first round with 2 second-rounders, 2 third-rounders, 6 fourth-rounders, a 5th-rounder, and 4 6th-rounders with a 7th-round pick. The best course of action was to consolidate for better draft position and get quality rookies over quantity. Pick movement started by sending picks 32, 65, and 116 to the Lions for pick 19, and then picks 106, 110, and 155 were shipped to the Giants for pick 77. Picks 80, 98, and 223 were shipped to Denver for pick 58, and picks 64, 77, and the next year's 6 made their way to Miami for picks 33 and 97. In the draft, with the 19th overall pick, middle linebacker Quincy Williams was selected, and he looked beastly. That made Chad Muma expendable, and he was shipped with a next year 7th round pick for pick 67 and a next year 4th. With the first pick in the 2nd round, the Jaguars selected free safety Eddie Bonds, who may just get his chance to start immediately over Dax Hill, who is on an expiring deal this year. Then it was a trade up to 35 with the Philadelphia Eagles using picks 59 and 74 while getting pick 131 back along with pick 35. And with that selection, it was defensive tackle Darrell Betts, who became a Jaguar. The next selection of guard Dwayne Dent would help bolster the offensive line depth even more, while the pick after that, tight end Diego Yaramillo, looks to have a lot of potential to maybe even start this season. Center Carl Colombo had a nice combine and looked to be a wonderful pass blocker. And in the later rounds, it was linebacker Jazz Carmichael, who was at least athletic, and a corner in Titus Barker, who looked like a nice value for our final pick. He would later be renamed to a channel member. The team is only slightly different this season, with Alex O'Neal moving to second wideout with Amon-Ra St. Brown gone, and David Bognasty will get his shot in the slot. Evan Ingram is gone, traded away for a 3rd round pick, and it's Diego Yaramillo taking over. The defense has slightly more change, with Quincy Williams being paired with Tremont Harris at inside linebacker this year with Chad Muma traded away, and cornerback Colby Gaynor taking the slot corner spot from Isaiah Rodgers, and Eddie Bonds being a day 1 starter at free safety, making Dax Hill our 3rd safety, backing up both the free and strong side. Schedule this season starts with our season opening Thursday night rivalry matchup at home against Babatunde and the Colts, followed by the West Coast swing to LA and Vegas before making the 49ers travel to TIAA Bank Stadium without the 100 citations and dead rats, and then going away for 3 straight in Atlanta, Indianapolis, Part Deuce, and Houston. Then it's home for the Titans on a Sunday night, taking care of 4 divisional games in 8 weeks. After that, we're in New England, home for the Seahawks on a Sunday night, in Arizona, a Week 12 bye, home on Monday night against the Chiefs, always fun, in LA for the Chargers in our 2nd road trip to LA, another Sunday night, home for the Browns, in Tennessee on a Sunday night again, before finishing the season at home against the Texans and the Broncos. 6 primetime battles for the Jaguars. How will we fare? The Jaguars begin the season hosting the rival Colts in the season opener on Thursday Night Football. From the Colts 13, it's Trevor Lawrence scrambling right and bowling over the defender for the touchdown of the early Jags lead. Then later, it's 10-0 Jags, and on a 3rd and long, Babatunde St. Roma is picked off by Trayvon Diggs, who's going to take it all the way back to the house to extend the lead to 17. Colts trying to get the ground game going, but this fumble is scooped up by the rookie linebacker Quincy Williams and returned all the way to pay dirt. It was becoming a rout. The Colts finally get some points on the board when Trevor Lawrence is attacked late in the half for a safety. However, in the 4th quarter, Lawrence finds rookie tight end Diego Yaramillo, and he shocks the defense by turning on the Jets as he could go all the way to extend that Jaguars lead again as they get the opening day victory 31-8 at home to start their Super Bowl defense the right way. Week 2, and the Rams host our Jaguars at SoFi Stadium, and they start by doing what they do best, a Stafford to Cooper Kupp connection. No one gonna catch him. Touchdown Rams. A short yardage rushing touchdown by Deontay Bates for Jacksonville is then matched later on by the Rams' Jamie Iglesias on the opposite end. And late 3rd quarter, it's a Trevor Lawrence scramble from the 4-yard line that gives the Jags their first lead of the day. Immediately after the touchdown, the Stafford to Kupp connection strikes again all the way down to the Jags 22, which makes it easy here for later in the drive, this Darnell Mooney touchdown catch to get the Rams that little lead back. Jacksonville took the lead with 2 field goals and then made this 3rd down stop, followed by the more important stop on 4th down on a deep pass from Stafford to get the football back and drain the clock to a 26-24 win on the road to improve to 2-0 as DeAndre Swift consistently 8 yardage, leading to field goals to keep the Jags scoring points. It's a Week 3 matchup at Allegiant Stadium against new Raiders quarterback Davis Mills for our Jaguars. It was going well for the home team until Josh Jacobs fumbled the bag right to defensive tackle R.L. Richards. The Jags took it over and went on a long drive, capped off by the newly signed fullback Quentin McLaughlin for the score. The Raiders got even with this strike from Mills to Devontae Adams for a tutty, and then with a 10-7 lead later, their defense got after Trevor Lawrence for a brutal scoop and score to the house. Later, first half, it's Mills with a straight dime piece right to Devontae Adams for their 2nd end zone connection. And in the second half, the Jags trying to turn the tide. It's a pass from Trevor Lawrence to a wide-open DeAndre Swift for a touchdown to get the game within 2 scores. 9:32 left in the game, a huge 3rd and 1. It's a sideline strike to the backup tight end Maddox, followed by a dime throw to Alex O'Neal for the tutty to get the game within 1 score. The defense held, and the momentum continued as DeAndre Swift rolled into the end zone for a Jaguars lead with 4:27 left, which would prove not enough time for Vegas as the Jaguars come away with a 31-24 comeback win with 24 unanswered points to get to 3-0. The Jaguars are back home to host the 49ers and their new signal caller, Colton Barkley. Early on, Barkley leads a drive capped by Elijah Mitchell for the early lead. Then the Jaguars are driving, but going forward on 4th and 3, and a pass headed for Marquise Brown is broken up for the turnover on downs. But next play, Barkley scrambles to his right, and he's hit, and he loses the football, scooped up by R.L. Richards, and the Jags are back in business. And it's an absolute dot from T-Law to Hollywood Brown for the tie ball game. Big 3rd down late in the half, and Colton Barkley loses it again, scooped up by Josh Allen and taken all the way a la casa for 6. 3rd quarter, Trevor Lawrence rolls right and finds Alex O'Neal as he makes it look easy for the 14-point lead. The 49ers weren't going away easy. Colton Barkley shoves a short touchdown throw into Tyler Grant, and then a field goal got it right back within 4, but the ensuing kickoff went to the ever-dangerous Alex O'Neal, who showed the too fast, too furious speed all the way into the end zone for a heartbreaker to lead the Jaguars to a 34-20 victory at home to remain undefeated through the first 4 games. The Jaguars are off to a great start right now, but they will go on the road for 3 straight games next episode, as well as playing 3 divisional opponents out of their 4 games. But we may have a breakout linebacker to peek at next time, heading into a game against the Falcons, and channel member safety Matthew Hackett. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like, share the video to everyone you can, and thank you for all of your support ahead of time, and the channel members for keeping the dream alive, including franchise QBs TClink24, Christian Horn, Rigoberto Ramirez, Justin Credible, and Colby Gaynor, as well as General Manager Matthew Hackett. I love you, FG fam. You take care.